Hello and thank you for watching. I'm Ashley Van Dyke with Advantage Software, and on today's video, Macro Managed, Fixed Last Untran Real Time, I'm going to show you how to use this convenient macro to swiftly correct untranslates. Using the Fixed Last Untran macro is really very simple. Firstly, since it is a real-time macro, it should only be used during real time. This macro isn't designed to operate during editing. And it's important to keep in mind that the fixed last untran macro always applies to the most recently written untranslate in the document. It doesn't matter if there are lines, paragraphs, or even pages between your cursor and the location of the fixed last untran operation and the last untranslate, it will always correct the last untranslate in the document. In order to use the fixed last untran macro, you first want to identify the last untranslate that you've written, write the stroke that should correct that untranslate, and immediately follow the correct stroke with the stroke for fixed last untran real time. Eclipse will then automatically take the correct translated stroke and replace the untranslate with that corrected word. At the same time, it will remove the correct word from the end of your document, ensuring that the correct translation ends up in the correct location, with no extra work for you to delete anything. And so all you need to do is write an untranslate, write the correct stroke, and then write your stroke for the macro fixed last untran. You can do that immediately after an untranslate, or from the next line or next paragraph, or even the next page. As with any macro, the first step in using the macro is going to be assigning it to a stroke. Since this is a real-time macro, we're going to assign a dictionary entry to it instead of a keystroke. So I'm going to go to my settings and then macros. In the macros, I can click in the list and then press the F as in fix to skip down to the F macros. In this list, I see fixed last untran RT in the list. To assign a dictionary entry to this, all I have to do is click edit. And next I can click dictionary entry. In this window, I can select the steno that I'd like to use to execute my macro. In this case, I'm going to use the steno fix. Next, I'm brought to a global style window that confirms the steno I'd like to use, as well as the definition. And since this is a macro, I want to make sure it's going to go into my main dictionary. I can press OK and OK and OK. And if I open up my dictionary, I can search for macros. And you see that fixed last untran has been entered into my dictionary. So now that the macro has been assigned to a dictionary stroke, I'm ready to use it in real time. I'm going to start a translation. And I'm going to demonstrate this using virtual real time. I'll press OK to start the translation. And I'll go ahead and start pushing some strokes through. The first untranslate is going to be in this next answer. And you see that I've misstroked my brief for Florida. Here, I've written the correct stroke for Florida. And next I'm going to write the stroke that I set up for fixed last untran, which for me was fix. And you see that immediately the untranslate has been corrected to Florida, and the Florida that I wrote in the document has been deleted. I'm going to continue pushing strokes through. And the next entry is going to be for the word line. Here, this should say, what is your line of work? And again, I'm going to write the correct word, immediately followed by my fixed last untran stroke. And you see that Eclipse immediately replaced the untranslate with the corrected word that I wrote. The next misstroke that I write is going to be for the word fabricate. Here I've misstroked my brief form for the word fabricate, and I'm going to correct that in the next sentence. Here I've written the correct brief form for fabricate, and immediately following the correct stroke, I'm going to write my fix last untran stroke. And you see that again, Eclipse immediately and correctly replaced the stroke for me. And so you see that all of those errors were fixed in real time while I was able to address them without having to wait to sit down when I had time to edit. I'm going to close this file, and I want to run through all of those samples again, but a little bit faster. The first one that we'll see here will be for Florida. Here you see I've misstroked Florida, and next I'm going to write the correct stroke, fix, and Florida's been corrected. Next, line of work will be corrected. Here I'll again write fix, and Eclipse was able to immediately correct that misstroke as well. Here again, I've misstroked fabricate, and again within that same sentence, I'm going to correct it. All of these corrections are possible without ever taking my hands off of my steno machine. Thanks to the fix last untran macro. If you're not already using real-time macros to edit your job during real time, fix last untran is a great one to start with. It's easy to use and easy to incorporate into your routine. Begin using it simply when you have the time to do so, and soon it will be second nature. Simply identify the untranslate that you want to correct, write the correct stroke, and then write your fix last untran stroke. It's truly as simple as that, and it can save you a great deal of time in editing later, and ensure that your real-time output is as clean as possible and your rough drafts look great. Thank you for watching this video. As a reminder, Advantage Software offers anytime support 24/7. Tech support can be reached with any question, anytime, including weekends and holidays, at 772-288-3266. Email support is also available at support@eclipsecat.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you'll be notified when we publish new content every week. Thank you so much and have a great day.